Welcome to your daily focus for August the 5th, 2022. Let's start at the beginning. Let me introduce myself. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Absolutely. We have the 5 energy today. The 5 energy is a very busy energy, so expect your day to be fairly busy. The 5 energy is also about giggles and laughters and creating it and bringing it into our life. Love, creativity, and really speaking our mind and speaking our truth. Service to others is also a very big thing with the 5 energy. If we do the daily numerology, it is a 19 energy. The 19 energy is the I am energy. The 19 energy is about seeing the way forward, getting the clarity, getting the understanding. And the new path forward is based on the past path, the accomplishments, the growth that you've had to this point in time. 1 plus 9 is a 10, telling us that we're moving into a new energy, a new season, a new page in the journal. And 1 plus 0 is the 1, the I am, the trailblazer, the pioneer, the independent, wanting to move forward, invent, create, explore, adventure, opportunities, learning experiences. Now the sun is in Leo and the moon is in Scorpio. So the moon being in Scorpio, superficiality we won't stand for that. We want to get to the hidden layers of any situation or plans that we're making, decisions that we're making, actions that we're taking, words that we're saying. So we dig down to the truth. Absolutely. I didn't really see what the stars were doing, so the sun tried to turn over there. That is the 19 card. But it flipped right back in the deck, and I was shuffling before I realized it. So let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, look at this, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. Well, there could be pressure to reach our goals. We're struggling here. We're carrying so much with us. And over the last several days, I have been talking about releasing the baggage, clearing the space, getting rid of the clutter. And this card says it all. I mean, look at us. We're trying to go forward, and this is how we're walking. We've got so much that we're carrying with us forward that we can't even stand upright. Every step is a challenge. We need to stop. We need to put down that bag. We need to lay out those wands and really look at them and examine them. So this might be where we're looking for the hidden layers. Is this really important to me? Do I really need this going forward? Do I want this going forward? Is it a necessity? Is it clutter? And we could be carrying a lot around because right now we're going to be kind of feeling that pressure. A pressure between our desires and the things that we want to do and our responsibilities. So pleasure, responsibilities. We lay those wands out and we see that there are some with beautiful growth potential. And we see others that are pure dead wood. So we really need to understand what we are carrying forward with us. And maybe this will send us into a strong whim to do something else, or to completely change our plans, or to change up our routine in some way. We see where we are holding ourselves back. We see what we are dragging with us that doesn't belong anymore, that takes up space, that creates clutter. 5 of Swords, speaking our truth, absolutely. Now, with the 5 of Swords, especially when it's in the first position, I have to warn you about your ego, okay? Don't let your ego take over on something. You know how you say something once in a while and then somebody says something else and it's like, oh, well, that means what I said was completely wrong. But oh no, we're not going to give in. We're not going to lose face. Oh no, no, I got mine from authorities. You don't know what you're talking about. You talk them down, you trash talk them, you do whatever you have to do to stay up there nice and high. And you will end up very alone. This is about standing in our truth, not compromising our values, our beliefs. And yes, some people may leave our space when we do such things. But we have that opportunity then to make the new friendships, the new people that will walk down our path with us. In harmony, in beauty, in like-mindedness. Ah, the High Priestess is here. Oh, this could be where we're looking for the hidden layers too, because when the High Priestess comes out, you know I'm going to tell you to take a few minutes to contemplate the magic that lays within you. You haven't even scratched the surface of your potential. I can guarantee you, I don't care how great you're doing, you have not scratched the surface. Most of us never will. And that's because society has programmed us not to. We don't see our potential. We don't see our worth. We don't see our value. We don't see our true talents as true talents. And the High Priestess shows up and says, there's magic all around you. And there's definitely magic within you. And ignite that magic and go forward. Five of Swords and then the High Priestess. You know, we might have some kind of conflict or situation today that actually, once we encounter it, it moves us into action. Like, we're just like, no way is that happening in my life anymore. I'm putting my foot down. I'm changing things. I'm changing the rule on that. I'm drawing a line in the sand. And maybe it's for your own self, and maybe it's for others around you. Maybe it's the situation or the event. But that could very well be where we really have to stand our ground and know our own self enough that we can stand our ground. So it comes right back to loving yourself and seeing your potential. And our last card, the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is in between. The High Priestess is in between the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is very much a warning card, first of all. That you shouldn't just, stand on the mountaintop and scream your dreams and your goals and your wishes and your desires out loud for everyone to hear. Because people are going to use that against you. It's about keeping your circle small of your confidence, of your true friends. And not to just share everything with everybody. Because people are, everybody is out for number one. Right? So you go to work and you say, you know what, on the weekend I was thinking this. What do you think? That'd work really well in this office, wouldn't it? Well, the guy says, I don't know. And then you think about it a little bit longer and you're like, I'm going to go in and approach the boss on this. I think it's a really good idea. And you find your friend in there promoting it to the boss. The boss is giving him a big handshake. Guess who's getting the next promotion? And they wink on the way by with a thumbs up, like, thanks for the tip, buddy, got me far. Some people may sit there and smile while you're telling it to your face, but then stab you in the back the minute they get to tell your story to somebody else. So be very careful. This is kind of an energy where there could be cloaks and daggers kind of energy around you. Somebody's trying to get even with you. Somebody's trying to get the upper hand on you. Maybe you're that person on somebody else. So put yourself in check if that's the case. Also, this is another card depicting that we don't need everything in order to go forward. Now, we are collecting the swords in order so that we have our swords to go forward. And we walk by those two that are standing straight up. I mean, we could have just walked by and picked those up on the way, but we didn't. We walked by them and we take the time to bend down to pick up that sword on the ground because that's the one we need, not those other two. And yeah, they were easy pickings, but do I really need to take those with me? Because they're probably just going to weigh me down. So it's once again, we're looking at our lifestyles, our routines, our relationships. And we're trying to figure out what needs to go with us and what needs to stay behind, where we need to separate ourselves, where we need to move past something, where we maybe need to allow healing or acceptance in. And I think as that happens with the high priestess in the middle, that's when we get that aha moment. That's when we see how we can go through that obstacle, perhaps. We back up a little bit, and all of a sudden, that wall, there's a door over there. We never saw it because we were too close trying to push that wall over. So it's maybe gaining a little bit of a different perspective. That was mainly yesterday. So perhaps you did. Perhaps you saw something a little bit, the other side of the coin, so to speak. Or enlightenment, or knowledge came in, or clarity, or understanding. And it's utilizing your magic within. We really would need to stand our ground. So if we're not feeling loved like we love, then we need to have those conversations. It could be a good friend, it could be a coworker, it could be a spouse, it could be a child, it could be a parent, whatever. But we may feel like, or you just might feel it as a whole. You just might feel it as, I deserve more love than I'm getting. I don't feel that I have the love around me. So once again, I'll backtrack that to the more you love yourself, the more others will love you. It's just, it's simple math. It's the way the universe works. So take some time to love yourself. How do we love ourselves? We turn to the high priestess. And we start to realize just how beautiful and magical and powerful we truly are. And then we set our course forward, because we know that we can do things that we were told before we couldn't. We get the clarity, we get the understanding, we see the new way forward, and all that stuff that we were carrying, that we were told to carry, we're going to leave that behind. So it's a very enlightening day for us, one full of clarity, but it will be presented on through struggles, I think, with these cards. We'll have the struggles, we'll have the things that we have to think about. So back it up a little bit. Don't tell everybody your business, because people will use that against you. Especially with the Seven of Swords here. Okay, so, and make sure, all the cards really said to stand our ground. And the cards also said that we have to understand what we're taking forward with us. And are we taking too much on? Are we making our steps incredibly hard when they don't need to be? Okay, we'll get a mantra card here.
I found a few cardier locations near you.
Google is always listening to me these days. My goodness. Okay, let's see what the cards have in store for us today for a mantra. And we have, moving forward, get ready for positive change. It's back, people. Moving forward, it's time for positive change. So it's leaving the negativity behind us. It's leaving the trash behind us. It's leaving the clutter behind us. It's leaving, the negative people and the negative environments and the situations and the events. And maybe it blends with our responsibilities. Maybe there's somebody more capable of taking over that responsibility, so you have more time to put your responsibilities in a different direction. So moving forward, getting ready for positive change. So situations and events from the past are clearing and making way for positive changes. Turn negative experiences into positive and a more rewarding future. And also you can, if you associate something bad in your life with it's total chaos, or it was extreme, we're using those really harsh words. I can't even think of one. It was devastating. It was, it was life-changing, life-threatening. It was, change those words to, it was uncomfortable. It was unsafe. It was, and just downplay that word. because it's how our brain kind of takes that information and stores it for another day. And so we can very easily take something that's small and grow it large by adding to the incident that once happened in our life. Because when we use those strong words, it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse in our head until we can actually become completely paralyzed if we go to the extreme on that. So it's downplaying it and not becoming unattached to your emotion, but downplaying the emotion into a subtler negativity so that your brain doesn't build in the wrong direction for you. Hope that made sense. Clear as mud, right? You have the resources and the ability to move forward now. Take a leap of faith, knowing that angels will open doors for you and present a clearer and smoother road ahead. Don't let fear or stagnation hold you back. I am ready to move forward with confidence. I am ready to move forward with confidence. So don't let fear or stagnation. How do we get stagnated? We get bogged down. How do we get bogged down? We are carrying way too much with us. So it goes back right to the Ten of Swords, doesn't it? Was it the Ten of Swords or the Ten of Wands? Ten of Wands. Ten of Swords is a whole different energy. So, and there's real Scorpio kind of moon energy here. Because with Scorpio, it's black or it's white. You're on Team Me or you're not. You know, Team Tilly. You're on with Team Tilly or you're not. There's no in between, and sometimes... So whatever you're doing, whatever you are asking for, support, love, make sure that what you're giving out is coming back to you. And I think it's quite easy to stand your ground, or easier to stand your ground today. And say, no, it needs to be this way going forward. Easy to say, hard to do, I know. Okay, our animal is the raccoon, the inventor. So decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. So we know we'll have many roles today. It's going to be a busy day. That was pointed out to us in the 5 energy alone. Don't be the trickster. You know, focus on you, your goals, your dreams, your struggles today. Okay? The obstacles that are in your path today and working through them. And how do we do that? We'll go inside with the high priestess there so that we can ignite our magic, our talent, our abilities, our just the unique us, to really go forward and to love ourselves enough to know that we are deserving and worthy and we've got what it takes to walk that path. So decide what you really want. Decide what you really want. And decide what you really want. So now on Patreon, I'm going to be doing a 21-day manifestation challenge. And that's one of the first ones, really, is deciding what you really want. I mean, spend some time. We spend more time figuring out a 2-week vacation than we do what we truly want to bring into our lives long term for a happier, abundant experience, loving experience in life. So the raccoon is here today to tell you to be the inventor of your dreams, of your path forward. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.